Welcome to another edition of the Choice Files. I'm sitting here with Michael Morgan, conductor of the Oakland Symphony. We're going to talk about my piece, The Soul Restoration Suite, premiering at the Paramount Theater March 23rd. It's going to be an incredible evening. So how did you go about choosing an artist from Oakland to work with the symphony?
Well, actually, I heard about you from a lot of people. And so what I tend to do is when I hear from several people about the same person and the same name keeps cropping up, then I find out if that's I think that's probably the way I should go. And because we can be pretty free about how we put the piece together or what the format of the piece, that sort of thing, I can pretty much turn it over to you, and you can just sort of tell me what direction you want to go in with the piece.
Right. It's definitely something I've always wanted to do, being a classical musician from training, but also being a hip hop artist, and just being familiar with so many great works, from symphonic works and symphonic pieces. Just the concept of bringing that all together has always been a dream of mine.
Whenever I work with composers that also play, what I'm hoping they will do is they will take various elements of what they would, kinds of things they would do anyway, and then amplify them with the orchestra.
The classical world, hip hop world are two different stylistic, musical styles. So how do you feel like they can work together, or what are some of the challenges or some of the things you look forward to in doing that?
Well, I hope when people write pieces, they write in such a way that both the guest artist, in this case a hip hop artist, they come off well, and the orchestra comes off well, and we put the two things together, and we get something that's better than either thing would be on its own. Is the idea. I'm sure that given what the orchestra can do, and given what you can do, and given what all of your people can do, something great is going to emerge.
Now, we were just at an event the other day where you were honored with a proclamation. Congratulations from the mayor for all your work in Oakland, 27 years in education. I actually remember being in one of those classrooms. It might have been at Skyline where you walked in. And it was your mission from the beginning to be heavily involved in education. We're also going to have students performing with the group at this concert for the Rossini piece, right?
That's right. For the Barber of Seville Overture, we'll have kids from our basically our middle school orchestra. We have a couple of orchestras at different levels, so one at middle school. When kids are able to have music education or just generally be involved in something bigger than they are, they just turn out to be better citizens. They just care about things more than just themselves all the time. Even with the Oakland Symphony being a symphony orchestra, you won't confuse what we do with what any other symphony orchestra does. It really is about what's going on in Oakland right now.
Whether it be lyrically or whether it be in titles or some of the songs that I'm dedicating, like the song for Huey, which is, dedicated to Huey P. Newton, and just the legacy that he's left in our city, and that revolutionary spirit that affected our community so much and in the music. So it was definitely something that I took to heart, that rooted in Oakland concept, and brought it into what I was doing. Putting some of the great hip hop songs that influenced me as a youngster, from Too Short to Digital Underground, and just arranging them for a symphonic texture. Like, it's always something I've always wanted to do, because you don't really see that. Like, we hear it on the records, or we hear it on the stereo, but to hear it from that wide perspective of arranged for orchestra.
It would be great if, especially since it's your first orchestra piece, that you in fact did do several short things, that lets you try some different things.
Right.
It lets you, because it's really important to me that if someone gets their hands on an orchestra for the first time, that they do some sort of experimenting and see, just to see what comes out.
Right.
Because all of us, no matter how well educated we are, et cetera, you write something down on paper. It's different when live people play it for real. So it's I'm always looking forward to that in a new piece that is just everyone hearing it for the first time.